Welcome to The Coffee Grind with the Denton Chamber of Commerce, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Good morning, Denton. You're watching the Chamber Coffee Grind. My name is Travis Veselka. I'm the Director of Membership and Marketing for the Denton Chamber of Commerce, and with me is my co-host.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Randy Skinner, and I serve as a board member for the Denton Chamber of Commerce, and as a member of the Chamber, I represent Denton County Friends of the Family.
And as I said, you're watching the Chamber Coffee Grind. We're recording live from the DentonRadio.com studio inside of the Discover Denton Welcome Center on the historic downtown square. We're here to keep you up to...
Which looks gorgeous today.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful day outside.
I don't really want to be in here right now, to be honest. Nor does one of our guests.
Indeed, yeah. So we've got a little puppy dog with us today. We'll get to that in just a second. We're here to keep you up to date with what's happening in the Denton business community, highlighting featured initiatives and events from the Chamber of Commerce. And today we're talking about two parts, really. It's the Denton Community Market and successes that come from the community market. So I'm real jazzed, to have you guys on. I'm super excited. And I don't know. Should we ask? Well, okay. So
introduce our guest first.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So our first guest
introduce
is
yourselves.
Kim Bien with Salted Sanctuary Soap. Is that full name? Salted Sanctuary
Soap.
Perfect. And then we have Katie Portillo with Susie's Snack Shop. Oh, I just realized.
Susie's Snack Shop and Susie's Scrumptious Snacks. So
Susie's Scrumptious Snacks.
Kimberly and I are both about all our alliteration.
The alliteration of the S. I love it.
And of course, last but not least, Simon
the Shop Dog.
The Shop Dog.
I love it.
Who is a Corgi and Aussie mix. So that
beautiful coat on the back of him has got little spots and stuff. It's really pretty.
I'm so excited about our special guest today.
Since we're talking about the community market, if anybody's not familiar with it as you're watching, it happens in spring and through the summer into the fall.
It starts the first Saturday in April, and it runs through the last Saturday of November.
And then we all cry tears because we have to figure out what to do
what
about
do with
produce
Saturdays.
And soaps and delicious dog treats. Although I still call Kim even after I'm like, I need to come by. I need to meet up with you.
I've got Christmas gifts I need to tick off the list, all kinds of cool stuff. So, Kim, you are part of the the board of directors.
Yes.
What do we call
it's the board of directors, and my role is a vendor board member.
Lovely.
And so I help with the decisions, and of course all the hard work is done by the director and the vendor coordinator, Rachel Weaver, and the director is Vicki Oppenheim.
Nice.
And so we meet about 4 times a year and help with some of the decisions.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
And you started kind of at the very beginning with the community market.
Yes. The community market started, I did as soon as I could. They started in 2010, and I got there in 2012. And about that time, there were about 20, 30 members, and now there are well over 200.
That's fantastic. And Katie, you also started out with at the community market with Susie's Scrumptious Snacks. And so what's kind of been your journey?
So I started the year after Kimberly. I started in 2013, and I went out with 5 basic dog treats. And
was the chicken feet
the
one
chicken
of them?
feet were not
okay,
one of
they
them.
weren't them. They weren't them.
There's a small story behind the chicken feet.
We'll have to hear that.
Which I'll get to. But no, just went out there with 5 basic treats. I think my first market I didn't even have a tent. I just went out with a table and some dog treats and hoped for the best, and was excited if I made $100. So,
that's incredible, though.
Yeah. So, but over the past 5 years, it's definitely the community market is what's given me the confidence to know that I could be able to sustain opening a brick and mortar shop.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
Which it's happening.
And so speaking of, so you've opened up a shop.
Yes. So Simon and I hang out almost every day at Susie's Snack Shop, which, by the way, I'm not Susie, as y'all introduced me. I'm Katie. Susie was my Corgi. She passed away about 2 years ago. But she's the one who I named the whole company after, and then it's just kind of stuck on, and she lives in infamy because of it.
That's very sweet.
But yeah, so we opened our doors about 2.5 weeks ago, and we are having our grand opening on May 18th, where our friends at the Chamber are coming out and doing our ribbon cutting, and we'll have a little light hors d'oeuvres and everything afterwards. We're actually doing hors d'oeuvres themed after dog treats that I already make. So
Oh, that's
they'll
awesome.
be human food and dog food.
Oh my God.
Hopefully they won't
Perfect.
get confused
They will not get
between the two.
confused.
But it's okay if they do.
Probably
It'll be
okay.
okay,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
about to say, I'm sure if they're like gourmet, like we could eat them too.
Yeah, nothing
In
will
fact,
you.
there will be a challenge.
I will do it.
I'm into. We'll do it.
No, we'll take one human cookie and one doggy cookie and figure
See
out
if you
which
can
one.
tell the
yes,
difference.
Tell the difference.
Nice.
And so tell us where your shop is.
So it's over off South Locust, in the underneath the Adagio apartments.
Oh, yeah.
In that whole
Okay.
little community with Blue Bag Market, edible arrangements, Laser Loft.
And the coffee shop over
Shift
there,
Coffee.
Shift, like right there in that. Oh my God.
Right, and it's right across from the dime store.
Right across from the dime store.
That's right.
I'm so excited about my Saturdays. That's awesome. Okay.
So Kim, tell us a little bit. So when you started out at the community market, how has your business kind of flourished?
Oh, it's been crazy insane. I just came across one of my pictures from my very first market where I had a very modest table with no cloth, no marketing, and about 3 products and a little frame sign that I made. And for me, it was
That's
very
awesome,
much an
though.
accidental business, as where I used to work in cosmetics in the past and had a lot of allergies and sort of made things for myself.
Sure.
And then my twins were like, "Hey, Mom, there's this market where you can sell your products." And so when I went and kind of walked it and met some people, and there was a lady selling goat milk soap, and she had a live goat there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
And
That's the
Travis
whole
used
thing
to
about
show goats when he was in high school, and so like goats is kind of a theme here.
Yeah.
It's a
at the
recurring
Coffee
theme
Grind.
that always comes popping back
and at
up
the
again.
time, I hadn't lived in Denton very long, and I was like, "These are my people."
Oh
Yes,
yes,
that's
and that's
awesome.
the first time joining the markets when I really first felt connected.
That's
that's
beautiful.
really cool. And then, so that wasn't your full-time job. It was just kind of your side gig.
Yes.
And then when did you made it your full-time job a couple years ago?
About a year and a half ago in January,
Okay.
I had my
incredible.
anniversary this year, 1-year anniversary. And so it has really grown. My dear husband has built me a studio. I
Awesome.
have 2 part-time employees. And so this is what I do.
That's really incredible.
So
And Kim is a Leadership Denton graduate. In fact, we
Very
were
true.
in the class
2016,
together.
31
Yes,
and fun.
31 and fun.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. So
gosh.
Nancy, Kimmy, come on! I challenge you with Kim. There's like an ongoing joke with somehow Nancy and I were gonna have like a street fight or something
Throwdown or
between
something.
like the 2 classes, and it's just
There's the sharks and the jets. I
Yes.
can see it right now.
like snap. It was more like a dance, probably. Like
dance
dance
off.
off. I feel like that's probably more appropriate.
So I'm real curious. So how was your experience at Leadership Denton?
It was fantastic. You know, one of the things, because there are 2 focuses, or can be, and one of them is serving and learning more about the politics in town, and one of them is more service driven, and of course they go hand in hand.
Right. Yes.
And so me being a person who was a little more service driven, I got to learn about so many things, how the structure of Denton business,
yes.
and economic development, county services, city services, and then several of the local businesses in town.
Yeah.
In
Like, it's a full
addition
gamut
to
of
all the
things.
bonds
Oh my gosh,
that
yes.
you make. Seriously, and it was one of the times where, like, during the time I was going through it, my dad was very ill and passed during that year. And so but I was able to stick with it, and they stuck with me.
That's
And
incredible.
you make bonds forever on a business level and on a personal level.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Do you think, is there, at that time it was like right before you had gone full time in your business. Do you feel like there were some qualities that came out of Leadership Denton that really poured into you going and launching this like full-time business? Like, is there something you took away that was helpful?
Absolutely. One of the things is connections. And so,
This is so important. Yeah.
the appropriate introductions
I
to
love
marketing.
that.
I worked with Blue Steel Solutions for a while, and that really helped grow my business. And that connection was through Leadership Denton.
Yeah.
And several other businesses and opportunities. And now I'm part of the Main Street Association, even though I'm not a brick and mortar, which is a little non-traditional, which is
Indeed.
my thing. So Denton.
I love it.
And so,
Denton.
yes. And so I'll be at Arts and Autos and hope everyone will be.
But, yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So what about you, Katie? Like, obviously, you said going to the community market and kind of building that confidence to this brick and mortar. I think, like, your story is one that echoes a lot of businesses out of the market where you just kind of, and Kim's, like, you show up and you're like, hey, I have this thing that I love to do. Hope it works.
Hope it works.
Yeah. Got a dream and some string.
Yeah,
like, let's tie it
what
together.
was that
Yes.
like? What advice would you give to somebody that maybe has their own kind of niche business like this? At what point did you know, okay, I'm ready?
Oh,
Simon's like, I'm done with this.
I'm done with this
I
interview.
would like.
Sorry, we
I'd
don't
like
address
to
any
go.
questions to Simon.
Hello,
no.
Simon.
So, like I said, I mean, it took a solid 5 years for me to really figure out that this is what I could do and I could make this sustainable. This is sustainable income. I was in the hotel world professionally. I was in the catering sales world.
Oh, cool.
And so did that full time. And as Kimberly likes to say, this was our side hustle for many years. And then about 6 months ago, I just had a bad industry event. And I said, you know what? I can do dog treats. I can make this happen. Last year alone, the pet industry grossed about $69 billion.
Yes,
and
it's
it's
huge.
on trend for the next 10 years to be one of like the number 3 growing market.
Wow.
So being somebody who was kind of on the ground level, obviously with the market, knowing that this was the sweet spot, either I go into it full force or this will always and forever be my side hustle.
Right.
So I did it. It's worked out really well. Simon's the most excited about it because he spends every day with his mommy.
Yay, Simon.
That's so cute.
And we have a good time, and I still thoroughly enjoy my markets. Everyone's was slightly panicked that I was
That's all right.
and he's gone.
Yeah.
He's going to look out the window at the courthouse line. He's like, let me out there.
Let me go. I will still continue to do the community market during the summer months. I may scale back to like every other week or something. So if you need it, I will still be at the shop, but I like air conditioning a lot more than I like the summer heat.
A benefit of
That's a
working
good-
so hard and now opening the shop.
Yeah, this
Air
is a reward for
conditioning.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Air
it's a reward,
conditioning.
yeah.
Yes. It's the simple things in life for me, really.
It really is.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that's so great about the community market is you can flex when you need to.
Cool.
I was about to bring that up. So there is this scheduling function
Yes.
that you can have where it's like, I only want to be here for, this time period or at this frequency.
Yes.
And so they'll work with you. And that's
Yes.
incredibly important these days because everybody's got stuff they got to do.
Yes.
And you can't always make it.
Well, and a lot of people, it does lead to like, a lot of their people are there every Saturday, and that does lead to brick and mortars. There has been a long list in Denton of success stories.
Yes.
So Katie
The
being one of the last
Juice
ones.
Lab,
Juice
right?
Lab. The dime store got started
That's
there.
true.
Wildflower Studio.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
An
All of these
interesting note about Dime
amazing-
Store is that the Welcome Center here has a relationship with the Dime Store so that we can get local makers in here
Yes,
under the
yes.
auspices of
Aren't
the
you
Dime
in
Store.
here?
I'm not, but I will be
But
soon.
you're at the Dime Store.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I bought my Graham's gift from Dime Store, and it was, of course, soap.
Oh my gosh! And yeah, we give and get Salted Sanctuary soaps as gifts.
Yes.
Just about every year.
Well, and so Mother's Day is Sunday. What day is it? Sunday or Saturday?
13th.
Yeah.
So Sunday. So you can go by Community Market Saturday,
Yeah.
pick up soap, pick up dog treats. I mean, I think even
Dog moms.
Dog
For those-
mom.
Yeah, hashtag
Dog
dog mom.
moms.
That's
Yes.
me. I'm a
Hello.
dog mom.
That's such a cool, unique gift that you can't just go buy in the stores, but you can now because you can go by your shop.
And so so you have some products out here that
do.
we're gonna
Let's
kind of
try
chit chat
this.
about.
Can we try it?
Yes, we sure can.
Okay.
That
Tell
is
us about this.
and we can certainly open
You wanna
that.
open it? Oh, we can? Okay.
Sure.
I
That
was
is-
going to anyway.
I know, no. It's a cocoa lotion, cocoa butter and shea butter lotion bar.
And it's just tucked in here,
And it's beautiful.
presented beautifully.
Okay, we'll pull it out.
Yes, and so
I
you know
have one of these at home.
we all have our dry skin going on right now, and this is perfect for it.
So this is lotion. You don't have to store in a pump or anything.
No, it
stays-
just kind of melts with your body heat.
That's
Would
wonderful.
you like to try some?
Oh my gosh, it really is just
Jake, do you want to try
with
it?
body heat. That's so cool.
A little lotion.
Yes,
That's
here.
awesome.
we all
So
need it.
what what kind of oil, or can you? I don't want to take any secrets or anything.
No,
like
no,
that, but
I will tell you.
What keeps it like at room temperature or body temperature?
This one has just a little bit of beeswax in it to
Oh
help
my
it
gosh.
solidify. Has cocoa butter in
I
it,
can
shea butter in it, a
smell the
little bit of
cocoa
almond
butter.
oil, and so don't put any fragrance oil in there because it's. We don't want to compete. We want
Right.
to smell that lovely. Oh, I want some chocolate later.
Yes.
It
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
I was
Smell
like,
that.
I know.
It smells amazing. Like it really does smell like chocolate.
That's so cool. Cocoa butter does it all. That's interesting.
So I want to point out a product. I brought my gray suede because like I'm somebody that was
Yes.
raised by my dad. And there are a lot of dads
This
that are
smells so
also
good.
the moms. And
Yes.
so let's not forget them.
Right. So this is like a masculine.
It's more of a
scent.
masculine
I
scent.
smell all of it.
Yeah.
That
This
smells
is one of
so
my
good.
favorites.
So Katie and I have been neighbors for it's our second or third year.
God, yeah, it's something like
Like
that.
we make sure that we're next to each other at the market, and so we're very familiar with each
That's
other's
awesome.
products.
So fun fact, Kimberly has products in my store. So I don't
Absolutely.
just sell dog treats at Susie's Snack Shop.
Yeah.
I want it to essentially be your one-stop destination for anything you need for your pet. I've got collars, I've got bandanas. Like I was just
I
saying,
love it.
Kimberly.
Do you have the bow tie?
It's Simon.
has
Yeah,
on?
yeah. So Bridget Bramer.
Simon,
Yes.
come show us the bow tie.
Bridget Bramer Bags made these bow ties, and they just Velcro on. But what I love about Kimberly's soaps is she made some specifically for the dogs. So I have
That's so
two different
awesome.
types
I
of
didn't
hard soap.
know
I've got the
that.
Don't Be a Dirty Dog.
Yeah.
It's a soap on a rope.
Yeah.
It's cool because you can just wash your dog and then hang it up with the hose or whatever outside, and it's just right there. And then the other one, especially for the summertime coming up, it's a bug off. So bug off you.
Oh, that's
Bug off you.
awesome.
And it's good for dogs and humans.
Yeah, it's
So when the
multi-purpose.
That's
kids are
multi-purpose.
dirty outside, you can
Yeah.
just hose off the dog
I
and
love
the
it.
kids all at once.
It's like horsetail shampoo.
Exactly, mane and tail. Yep, exactly. But it's nice because the summertime. I mean, we have to remember our dogs too that they can get bit by mosquitoes. I heard about a dog dying
Yes.
of West Nile. That's actually why I created a certain dog treat. I have the Bug Away Bite. It always has a wild game meat, whether it's venison. I've had moose before.
Yeah.
But it has natural herbs and spices that help repel anything that bites.
So they take it in and it gets into their
swells out their
oils and
pores.
stuff. That's awesome.
So eat the Bug Away Bites. Use the Bug Off soap, and your dog will be great for the summertime.
And you make one of these that's the bug one too, don't
Yes,
you?
the bug
Sell
spray.
those at the
Yeah,
store. I
you
still
do.
You've got that at the store
I
as
got
well.
that
So
at the
y'all
store.
could even, if you don't make it over to Community Market on Saturday, you could stop by the shop and pick up some Mother's Day gifts. I love, and you're shopping local, you're supporting local.
Yep.
Doesn't get more local than this. Because what Community Market has to be within how many miles?
100 miles.
100 miles. So literally everything that is there is within 100 miles.
And it's producer only, so there are no third-party sales people there. Everybody produces their own product or grows their own
Yes.
product.
That's awesome. And then you've got, what is it? Relaxy Taxi.
Relaxy
Tub tea.
Taxi Tub Tea. And so that is a fantastic like herbal tub tea with chamomile and lavender. And you can pour it or you can hang it on your faucet so that you don't have to have
That's
the little
what I
floral
did.
bits. And I would like to see everything, and so I put it out there. But then I have to clean it.
Loose leaf. You like the loose leaf.
I
kind
do
of
like
feel.
loose
Yeah.
leaf tea. And so, but that makes a great gift in a drawer sachet if you want to,
That's
store it for a
true.
little bit until you get
Does
ready
it
to use
smell
it.
good?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Lavender,
Oh my gosh.
chamomile. That
Good
smells
nose.
so good.
Good
I'm
nose.
I know you smelt it, but I feel like I want
just
to
love to
include.
smell
I
her
want you to be included. in
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
smelling.
It's kind of nice to be prompted to take the time to do that.
Yes. What's that one called?
I love the names that you give to all of these things. I
Thank
never
you.
promised you an herb garden. That's a good reference. That's like music lyrics and stuff.
Thank
That's
you. I love
fantastic.
stuff like that.
Love
Yes,
that.
I never promised you an herb garden.
And that's my
Now I
favorite,
have it playing in my head.
along with the sunshine. That is a milk bath, actually, and it has eucalyptus and lavender and rose in there. It is my favorite me time,
Yeah.
where you can have a little music and or a cocktail or spring water and just, relax and restore yourself.
That's fantastic.
I
Okay.
love it.
So, Katie,
Yes.
We don't have snacks here, but I'm sure
I
you can
know.
tell
us
about
the
them.
chicken feet.
Yes.
I know, I'm sorry. I brought Simon as my show and tell and didn't bring the snacks.
I feel like your
quite
show
all right.
and tell is adequate.
Yes.
So, the short story behind the chicken feet. I rescued a corgi who was about 9 or 10 years old. His name was Leon, and when they handed him to me, they said, "Here you go. Here's Leon. He's so cute. Oh, by the way, he has really bad hip dysplasia and arthritis, and you have to give him glucosamine tabs, and it's $300 a month."
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? I mean, I loved him. I couldn't say no. And so I said, okay. So being a natural dog treat person, I was like, there's got to be a more natural form of glucosamine to be able to give to my dog. So I did all the research and we figured it out. And between my mom and I, we figured out chicken feet were the way to go. And
literal chicken feet.
Literal chicken feet, yes. So we source everything as locally as possible. Like I go out to Munster probably every other week and I get fresh grass-fed beef bones. Literally, I like to tell people this was probably on a cow on Monday, got it on Wednesday, and it's here to you on Saturday.
That's incredible. We have viewers. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Hello. We have viewers. Welcome. We're the Chamber Coffee Grind representing the Denton Chamber of Commerce. So welcome to Denton.
Randy's always on top of that. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, keep going. So more natural form.
So a more natural form of glucosamine, and we just threw them on a smoker and called them smoked chicken feet. And somehow over the past years, we are known as the smoked chicken feet ladies. They're like, oh, you're the ladies who make the smoked chicken feet.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that there haven't been people who come up to my booth, and I definitely think that they buy the treats for themselves, chicken feet included. No judgment.
I'm judging a little
It's all
bit.
food.
But to
It's all
each his
food.
own.
To each his own.
You know?
The chicken foot is also a natural tooth cleaner. So I started Simon on chicken feet at about 12 weeks old.
His teeth are beautiful.
Because I wanted him to stop biting me. But also because, like I said, because I smoke mine versus the ones you'll find at any of the other specialty dog stores, they're all dehydrated. So they look like little mummy hands. Mm-hmm. So I smoke mine. So they stay plump and juicy, and they're just a nice chewy treat. There are no bones. It's all cartilage. So no worried about splintering, choking, or anything. I also take the extra time to detalon mine because out of everything, this whole process, that's what freaks me out is the talons. So I sit there with dog clippers and I clip the talons off the chicken feet. And then I throw them on a smoker.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. I think that's fantastic.
I will
It's
be
dedication.
there to get my chicken feet for Bruce.
I go
That's
through
really
about
cool.
120 pounds a weekend because I do the Denton Community Market in the mornings, and then I go out to Farmers Branch Saturday nights from 5 to 8. So there are those two, and then on the first Friday of every month I go out to Salina. So during those weekends I'll go through somewhere between 100 to 120 pounds of chicken feet.
That's
incredible.
Yeah, that's a lot of clipping. Let me
Yes,
just tell
it
you.
is.
Yes.
What do you do with their little claws?
I just throw them away.
Okay.
I just throw them away. So
She keeps them.
I keep
say.
them in a shrine. No, I throw them away.
She makes a necklace.
Like maybe they're like compost or something like that. I'm not real
Kimberly,
sure.
you want to make a soap out of chicken
well,
toes?
I'm interested in
fierce.
composting, so
I will.
I
We'll
wonder
talk about
would
it later.
chicken
Something to-
talons compost?
I don't know.
That's
There's
a
something about
question.
animal products. You
we
can't
would
put in compost,
we want to avoid that.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
no, you know this because
She's a
you're
master
gonna-
gardener.
well, I'm a Master Gardener intern. I finished my
Oh.
classwork, but
You're like this close.
I've just got to finish up some volunteer hours, and then I will graduate in January.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. What else do we got?
So as far as the other treats that you've got, I've seen little bites that look like pizza,
Little turkey
little
pepperoni pizzas.
roll-ups.
Yeah.
And so what's just real quick, some like little things that people might
turkey
find
pepperoni
adorable.
pizzas. I have people who literally come and buy like a pound of them so that they can have pizza night on Friday nights and they can eat their pizza and they don't have to share their pizza with the dog.
That's
They
cute.
can have their own pizza. The little turkeys in a blanket, it's a little turkey sausage wrapped in a whole wheat crust. Of course, we have every variety of peanut butter you could ever think of. Peanut butter banana, peanut butter and oat, peanut butter parsley. People kind of shy away from those, but your dog doesn't really taste the parsley. It's more they taste the peanut butter. The parsley is good for their dog breath.
Yes.
So it's a natural dog breath aid.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
When in Denton, you must have a vegan treat. So I do have an all vegan treat. That's the peanut butter and oat one. Gingerbread. A lot of people who go on car trips and take their dogs and like, my dog gets sick on a car trip. Ginger is a natural stomach reducer. So they buy the gingerbread. That's another really popular one. As I was talking about
Works
the bug
for
away
dogs,
bite.
works for people.
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop. That's what I am.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
awesome.
So I think what also is great about both of y'all and so many of the community market vendors is that it's not just going and buying something. There's knowledge and expertise, and it's like, oh, I have this problem. What do I do? And these people, y'all's crew are there to.
I can't tell you how
provide
many times I've gone to
solutions.
Kimberly and said, Kimberly, I have this weird thing. Like, she's my own pseudo-dermatologist. Like, I tell her, like, hey, I've got this thing. Can you help me? And she's like, here, I've got this for you.
Rub this on.
Yes,
this on
and
it.
she's right where I go because my daughter has a big rescue dog. He's about 65 pounds, and he loves, his name's Bruce as well. He loves the chicken feed. And so when I'm feeling generous, dog naughty, it's a thing.
Yes.
I'm making it a thing, and that's where I go.
I love that.
Well, that's super fun too. That's the best part of the community market is we literally are a community, and I can't tell you how many vendors come and buy treats for their dogs, either the dogs that they bring to the market with them, or Cheryl with Creative Expressions. She comes up probably every week too. She's a dog naughty thing, I think, too.
Yes.
And so she buys them for her grand dog as well. So it's great.
I have to say, so like the relationship that you end up building with people and the sort of, you say it in a very technical term, cross-promotion.
Yes.
Of stuff. It's really just, hey, did you know that my friend has all this stuff? You're talking to me about soaps. I have a friend who has soaps. You're talking to me about your dog. I have a friend who has dog treats.
Yes.
And it's just these personal recommendations that you end up cross-promoting with people. And so I find it like a really cool little microcosm of how fantastic an economy sort of can come out of something that's a community market.
Yep.
Yes.
And yet here we have businesses that are becoming brick and mortar that are doing internet sales, serving much larger populations of people than they would if you just had people walking by at the community market. But it didn't necessarily come about out of thin air. It happened because there were these kinds of connections, and there were these references to other people, and let me promote you as you promote me. And I find that to be like an incredible basic lesson to learn from just good marketing, good networking, good connections, good social stuff. I mean, it's just, it all, it's a trifecta of things.
One of my most exciting moments is when I have customers who come and they're like, oh, we're just visiting from out of town. I get a lot of that during Parents Weekend here at UNT or TWU, or here Graduation Weekend coming up. So when we get all these parents who come in town and they, of course the kids are like, let's go to the community market. And they buy treats. Oh, well, I'm from out of town. So I just tell them, hey, just throw them in the fridge. They'll fly back with you. Great. So they get home and they give them to their dogs and they freak out about them. Like the dogs love them.
Yeah.
And so when I get an internet order for somebody out in Florida or something, that's my most exciting moment, because I'm like, it worked.
Somehow,
it really worked.
Absolutely.
It worked. Yeah. That's
awesome.
fantastic.
Well, shout out to Community Market, all the vendors, board members, and the volunteers that help make it happen, because obviously it's pouring back into our community. It's helping build up the local economy. And then it's also such a great partnership with the chamber, because you have market members that are joining the chamber and just even more developing our business community. So it's so exciting to see that, and just to see how that is kind of, that comes full circle.
Indeed.
Go Denton.
Yeah.
Go Denton for sure.
All right. Well, thank you both very much. I appreciate y'all both coming in. We're going to do some announcements and stuff. We say this all the time, but there is always something going on at the chamber. I'm going to start out with chamber events. We've got a member orientation coming up on Friday that starts at 11. And if you are a member of the chamber and you kind of want to get a refresher, or you're brand new to the chamber and you just want to be introduced to all the things that are on offer, you can join us at 11 o'clock. This is at Spring Hill Suites on Friday. And then following that, it's a separate event. Following that, we have a business networking lunch that starts at around 11:45. And the registration on this has closed, but we hold this every month. So the one that's coming up next will be on June 1st. That's a Friday. Starts at 11:45. So yes, registration should be done in advance. And it's $15, and that includes your lunch.
Who's talking? Is there a speaker at these two?
So the one on Friday will be about marketing, branding, and advertising. And that's Randy Simmons with the Denton Public Library. And if you didn't know, they have tons of educational courses that you can take, and I'm pretty sure they're free. And then the one coming up in June will be, I want to say, with Sarah Schroeder with Camp Gladiator. And she'll be talking about like health things for people who are stuck at their desk all day. So like, how do you fix your posture and your back,
as we all sit up a little straighter,
and get better, so you don't get like poor neck posture and things like that. So she's going to run down some of that stuff with us. And then we've got Red, White, and Jazz, which is coming up on June 5th, and that'll be at the Red Barn. And if you're not familiar, that's down. It's kind of in Aubrey, but it's really close to Denton.
Really, like what? Right off the 288 loop.
It's just past the water park.
I don't even know why it's Aubrey.
Yeah, I don't know either. So that'll be June 5th from 5 to 7. There's a ticket, but when you go inside, it's a wine and food event. And the wine is all coming from Wine Squared. which is business here on the square. And there'll be a red wine, a white wine, and bubbles. And then we've got different food vendors who are providing kind of paired apps to go along with the wine. And it's put on by Women in Commerce, and Women in Commerce is a committee of the Chamber of Commerce. But their whole goal is to kind of like go out into the community, pull all together the professional working women, and give them opportunities to network with other businesswomen, to make connections, to kind of learn about the chamber. But you're not required to be a chamber member to attend. So that'll be happening June 5th, and then we've got. The next quarterly membership luncheon for the Chamber of Commerce is going to be June 15th. That one is going to be sponsored by North Texas Fair and Rodeo. And
it's coming up.
It's coming up, and that'll be at the Embassy Suites Hilton Denton Convention Center, 11:30 to 1. And then we have our elected officials reception happening on June 20th. And once we get through, so we've gone through the election, and now we have another runoff.
June 16th.
Yes, and so shortly thereafter, we will have the determination of who's actually got that council seat. And then if you wanted to, you could join us at the elected officials reception that's being hosted by Best Western Premier Crown Chase on June 20th from 5 to 6:30. And you can like rub elbows with all the elected officials. It's anyone from local judges to the city council, the mayor, county officials, anybody that recently was elected or has been elected to office. And that's, kind of a nice, cool thing to be able to go do.
And it's really laid back, too.
It is
I
very
love
casual.
that. It's like very casual, just a beautiful display of drinks and food and just mingling. It's great networking. So I love that one.
And then...
and then...
I'll talk about ribbon cuttings.
Okay.
We'll just go run through these. So Walmart is having a ribbon cutting. This is the one on 288. They're starting at 8 a.m. And it'll be to celebrate the online grocery pickup that they just introduced for that location. So that's like an expansion onto their business. Then we have the Duluth Trading Company. If you're not driving on 35, you may not have seen this, but it's kind of north of here. On I-35, Duluth Trading Company having their ribbon cutting pretty much, a grand opening all day, but the ribbon cutting is going to be at 9 o'clock. And then we've got Susie's Snack Shop, which is having their ribbon cutting
Shout out.
on May 18th.
Yes.
From 4 to 5.
4 to 5, and then really till 8 or whatever, so that the mingling and everything, but the ribbon cutting will be at 4. So.
When is the human dog snack?
So that'll be
at 4.
So they'll be there, for after the ribbon cutting.
Awesome.
Very
we'll totally stick around for this.
So cute.
And that'll be at 507 South Locust Street. Like you said, it's under the it's in the Adagio stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got Insurance Auto Auctions is having a ribbon cutting. They are literally almost what they say, insurance auto auctions. So they auction off vehicles, and that's very, very close to the Texas Motor Speedway. So it's technically over in Justin. But that'll be happening on May 22nd at 11 a.m. And then we've got here at the Welcome Center, the Access Art Alley, which is a collaboration between Access Bank, the Greater Denton Arts Council, over at is it Appleton-Patterson or Patterson-Appleton?
Patterson-Appleton.
Thank you. Art Center, and the Welcome Center here. And so here at the back of the Welcome Center is an alleyway. It's a hallway, but it's got, stuff that you can put up there. So they're going to put artwork and have gallery features and all kinds of cool stuff, I think, on a rotating basis. So that'll be happening June 1st, starting at 3:30. We can mix and mingle, and the ribbon cutting is at 4. And that's all I got.
All right. And then last but not least, I have our community events. So as a chamber member, you have the ability to go and post your events that you have going on. So it is in the back office of the chamber. And if you go, even if you're not a new member, you can still go to the new member orientation where they talk about this. So pretty cool. So here's a couple of events. We have May 19th, the community support fundraiser raffle drawing with Toyota of Denton, and they're doing that from 10 to 12. You could win a brand new car.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's like the first time in my life I've ever gotten to do brand new car. What is that, like Wheel of Fortune or Price is
Right.
Right?
Price is Right.
Right?
Come on down.
Come on down.
Bob Barker or Drew Carey.
Drew Carey now, right?
Yeah.
Skinny Drew Carey, too.
Indeed.
I love Price is Right, y'all. I really do. All right. So then we have the Lunch and Learn. And we mentioned this before. It's about if you're interested in owning a franchise. They're doing that May 22nd from 12 to 1. And it's going to be over in Dallas. Then we have, I haven't seen this one. Bridal Wars Denton. June 3rd from 12 to 3. So, this is so cool.
Are you ready for battle?
Okay, are you ready for battle? Grab your friends and meet us on the field for the coolest bridal competition ever. So it's Bride Squad versus Bride Squad. Okay, so I'm going to read this because it's so different. So you check in, you get drink and food, and you mingle, and you meet wedding vendors, and then the battle begins. It's 2.5 to 3 hours to complete in like different challenges, and then each challenge has its own prize.
That's incredible.
It's only $5 to participate. What a cool idea. It's going to be at Hawthorne Hills Ranch out in Crum, which is just like 10 minutes from Razor Ranch. And that's June 3rd, 12 to 3. Jenna Duncan is getting married in December, and I'm in her wedding. Let's go to this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well, actually, I'm not in her wedding. I'm just helping with her wedding. They're not doing like traditional, like,
Right.
bridesmaids and stuff, which I'm very grateful for because, like, Lord knows I don't want to wear another bridesmaid's dress.
Right.
Like,
Are you close
come
to your
on.
27 dresses?
Right. I don't quite have that many, but, like, I got a few.
Can I sneak an event in too?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so Saturday, May 19th at the Animal
Yes.
Shelter, they're having the Best in Fashion show where the Animal Shelter is partnering up with UNT Fashion, and so the girls and guys are showing their pieces, and every model will walk with a dog that's available to be adopted.
Oh.
And
it's
that's at the shelter.
It's at the
gosh.
shelter. I think it starts at 6. Tickets are on sale now.
How much are tickets? Do you know?
I think they're 25.
Okay.
15 to 25. Something in my
pretty
head.
nominal. Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty
I'm a sponsor. I should know more
reasonable.
things.
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
and
good.
Susie
Awesome.
Scrumptious Snacks will be there as well. So if you need
what?
you can adopt your new dog and take home some treats.
Take home
I
treats.
love that. That's
precious.
so cool. I'm gonna
Thank
try
you
and
for
go.
adding that in.
Yeah,
That's
for
really
sure.
cool.
It's awesome.
And you can find out more information about these events and more by checking our online events calendar. And members, please remember to post your events, and we can chat about them here. Before we wrap up, we always like to ask our
Prepared fun question.
Yeah. So we want to know something interesting about y'all. And I think we decided, what's your favorite kind of spring, summer hobby? So, Kim, what is your favorite, or what do you do hobby-wise in spring, summer?
I garden. I think we touched on that I just finished the classwork for
Yeah.
Master Gardeners.
That's awesome.
And so I'm still an intern, and so I really love that. I've got 5 by 5 raised beds. I have 2
Holy
kinds
cow.
of potatoes, about 6 kinds of tomatoes, all the salsa gardening,
Yes.
carrots, beets. I love beets.
I do too.
And I have
good.
Swiss chard and, and then all the herbs. And I just planted about 10 new rose bushes.
Oh, I'm so jealous of you
Good
right now.
luck. That's amazing. Do you think that there's anything that you're growing that you'll turn into soaps?
Yes. So I'll be harvesting all of my rose petals.
Yes.
Lavender. I will not be a lavender field, so I'll still have to supplement that.
It's difficult to grow lavender.
Rosemary, any of my herbs.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Well, when you come over to help me with my garden, I have a few rose thingies. You can have my rose petals.
I'm very like that's one of the things. Like once we were done with the program, you kind of give feedback about the 2 things that you love. And I already knew I was passionate about roses, but I didn't know that I was passionate about propagating.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I just successfully propagated my first rose.
Congratulations.
What is that? I don't even know what
It's
that
where
is.
you-
Start a new rose.
Yes.
It's incredible.
You build a rose out of a rose?
Yes. Or another plant. You make a new baby.
It's like you can clone one.
Yes.
So if you've got a well-performing rose, it's beautiful roses, and
Okay.
you want more bushes of
Yeah.
those,
Yes.
you take a clipping and you put it in like a rooter, like a thing that gets roots to grow. And
Yes.
And you did that?
Yes. Yeah, we did it in class, and we did several different things, like
It's so
begonia
cool.
leaves and things like that. which I wasn't successful with the begonias, but I was with the roses.
That's so neat.
And so, it's trial and error, and, it doesn't, being a master gardener doesn't make you an expert, but it does make you a continual student.
That's awesome.
And you're always willing to learn with great resources through Texas AgriLife.
So
That's
if you,
so cool.
Texas A&M.
do you have to have can you come in to master gardening with no experience and basically kill everything prior to being in the class?
Absolutely. There's all
good to
levels.
know.
I mean, there's the interview process like anything.
I qualified.
But yes, because I'm very much a novice gardener. And
As she talks about her 5 raised
I
beds.
know. And her propagating roses. It's work.
Speaks volumes, though,
It's
to
work.
how much you took in from this class.
I really loved
That's
it.
so
That's awesome.
cool. Well, I'm excited to see your rose soap.
Yeah.
That's
And-
it doesn't get more local than that.
And Katie, how about you? What's your spring and summer
My
hobby?
spring and summer hobby is getting ready for market
Oh
in
my
the
God.
spring and then doing the market in the summertime.
Yes.
No, and just getting to hang out with Simon and my other dog. Right now, Simon is actually going through obedience training at Golden Triangle Obedience out at North Texas Fairgrounds.
Awesome.
And he's going through basic 1 right now and hoping he's being evaluated to become a therapy pal. So
How
that's what our
cool.
next
That's
step will be. So that's
awesome.
kind of our summer project is letting Simon, because I sit on the education committee for the Denton Animal Support Foundation as
Cool.
well. So I'd love to be able to get him trained enough to be able to take him into some of our more maybe not Denton ISD schools, but some of the other schools that we visit,
Yeah.
Montessori's and such. Because he's just a great dog. He's one of those dogs that he goes to market with me almost every Saturday, and kids throw themselves around him. And the educator in me wants to be like, no, that's not how you greet a dog. But the other part of me is like, he's not going to do anything to you. So
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
kids learn when they have a real, I think they learn better when they have a real live
Of course.
animal
Oh,
to
yes.
learn on.
Yeah.
So that's our goal this summer is to become a therapy pal.
What a
So
good goal.
where do you? That is a good goal. Where do you and Simon frequent? Where's you're in Simon's hot spot in Denton?
Susie's snack shop. No.
How
Off
could it
of
not
Teasley,
be?
right next to Shift Coffee Bar.
That's right there. No, we really we love doing this walk around the square. We actually have a friend who lives in the apartments next door to us. Her name, the corgi's name is Wava. So we go on a walk together. The Wava's mom, we went to high school together at Ryan High
How
School.
fun.
Right.
Go
Shout
Raiders.
out.
Go Raiders. So, it's fun reconnecting with people. She had gone out, we'd both gone off to college, and now we've reconnected. And we walk our dogs. We like to come up to Twilight Tunes on Thursdays.
Ditto.
Yes.
We'll find you there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big fan of East Side just because of the big patio for
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So I mean, we love to hit this area.
Denton.
I need
That's
another
awesome.
dog park though. We do need another
Yeah,
dog
we
park.
do.
Wrigley is just so far away.
It's far out, and
It is way out
well,
there.
and Bruce can't go. My dog can't really go anymore because the concrete, the sidewalk it takes to get there,
It's enough workout for
it's,
anybody.
I have to carry him,
Mm-hmm.
but he's also, he's a dog friendly guy, but he likes to just go and run and use the bathroom all throughout the dog park.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'm chasing
It's more of a
him.
chore for you.
So he's fired from the dog park right now. But I wish they had one that had more there's some in Dallas and other areas where there's more games and stuff
Mutts, yeah.
and then almost where humans can hang out too, where there's actually snacks and stuff you can get and
Be on the lookout in the next 3 years. It's a 3-year plan for Susie's Snack Shop. I'm just gonna
I
throw that little teaser
love
out
that.
there.
That's
Just
awesome.
That'd be so
I
great.
love that.
Coming soon.
Please, that would be so perfect for you to be this host and have this giant open area.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
into that.
Yep.
I've
Coming
signed
soon.
the petition going for I'm
Yes.
for it. I'm for it.
Well, today's episode has been real
Joyful.
fun. Yes.
Go fun.
All right. And on that note, I want to thank our guests today, Kim Bien and Katie Portillo.
Thank you.
For coming in and discussing kind of the community market and the success stories that came out of it, Salted Sanctuary Soap and Susie's Snack Shop and Susie's Scrumptious Snacks. I'd also like to thank DentonRadio.com for their support in the production of the Chamber Coffee Grind. And for more information about the Denton Chamber of Commerce, you can reach us at denton-chamber.org or follow and friend us on social media. And remember to tune in every Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's it.
That's it.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at classicofdenton.com.